What are you thinking about today's economy in reference to 10 years ago, in reference to 20, 30, 40 years ago? What's going on today?
Well, what's going on in politics is that the people hate each other more than they used to. It wasn't that we didn't have political hatreds in the old days, but now the hatred is you can cut with a knife on both sides. I think it's very ugly. And I also think it is stupid to allow yourself to hate that much. There are two things I've noticed in a long life really do enormous damage to the bearer. And one of them is resentment and the other is hatred. And it just, what good is it going to do you to have this vast resentment of the way the world is? And of course, I've watched people work on resentment to get power in politics. Adolf Hitler did it, you know. We poor Germans have been abused, blah, 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 waving his arms. And I think that we have drifted on both sides into way too much hatred and way too much resentment. And
Does this scare you?
I think it does terrible damage to the bearer.
Does this
You
scare
can be
you?
disappointed in your political opponent. You don't have to hate him. After all, you're probably as much of a nutcase as he is in some ways.
Yeah,
Well, does it scare you about our times, or what do you think? Do you think it's going to all work out?
Well,
swing back
there's
and
always
forth?
been a fair amount of it in politics, you know. And Jefferson and Hamilton hated each other.
Yeah.
And Franklin didn't, even Franklin had a certain amount of resentment and hatred. And he worked hard at being sensible. No, I think that we have way too much it's blinding. You hate that much, it blinds your cognition. And there's some good in everybody. To give an extreme example, Adolf Hitler was terribly nice to his dog, his mistress, and the Jewish doctor that treated his mother's cancer. I mean, there is something. I mean, even Adolf Hitler had something good in him. I mean, you don't have to be totally mad at everybody because you don't like their politics.
Mhm.